As the Trump administration moves to slash federal spending, one area coming under fire is childhood cancer research. The most recent figures from the National Institute of Health shows it allocated $272 million in fighting against childhood cancer. That's 4% of the NIH's overall budget for cancer research. Then President Trump signed several executive orders which look to cut funding to the agency by 15%, but a judge at least has temporarily halted that move. Here now to join us and talk more about it is Dean Crowe, the founder and CEO of Rally Foundation for Childhood Cancer Research. Welcome to the show, Dean.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Talk to me how dire this is for families trying to find care for their children, and if these cuts go through, what that will do.
Well, what it'll do is it'll definitely slow down the research and the progress that we're making and getting better treatment and advancing what these families would have as options. So we definitely don't want to see these cuts happen.
Certainly. Tell us, what does the funds go toward?
So I actually, at the Rally Foundation, we really concentrate on getting funding from the Department of Defense Medical Research Program, and those go specifically to childhood cancers, to the specific cancers. So any cancers that affect children or adolescents or young adults are the cancers that we seek funding for. So that could be neuroblastoma, pediatric brain tumors, that could be different kinds of blood cancers, that can be solid tumors like osteosarcoma, Ewing sarcoma, also neuroblastoma. All those type of cancers is what we really seek to get funding for.
Mm-hmm. So if the cuts go through, does this really put pressure on groups like yours to really step up and help out?
Well, we already have pressure. So really what we do is we provide philanthropic seed investors for the next great discovery. So we go in and we provide seed funding so these researchers can start their idea and then apply for the federal funding. So that's really important what we do. And our role, of course, will become even more important if the funding is cut. Hopefully it won't be. But if it is cut, then our role definitely will be more important. But there is no way that philanthropy can carry the shoulders of all the research for childhood cancer. We definitely have to have the federal funding.
Got it. So organizations like yours are very important. Can you walk me through the steps of families seeking to get help from your organization?
So if you're wanting to get help, like from the family support, we help families pay bills. We provide meals at the hospitals. We also will help families transport to clinical trials, which is super important to get them there and help to pay for, lodging and travel and that type thing. But our main focus, honestly, is really trying to advance the research so that families, when they hear that their child has cancer, will have options and that there will be better treatment, better drugs, fewer long-term side effects. And so that is a main concentration of ours.
Gotcha. So now, and again, we talk about these cuts. Hopefully the cuts won't kick in, but how can people like myself help out if that happens?
Oh my gosh, that is a great question. So on our website, we have a big call to advocacy, call to action. So you could go to the website and on there, and I'll be glad to provide it for y'all after this. And there are letters that you can send. We make it super easy. There's different legislation that we're trying to pass. And also just your elected officials hearing from you, the Georgia, your Georgia congressmen, your senators hearing from you that childhood cancer research is important and you want to see it funded is really critical. Because really, I just want everybody to know your voice matters and your elected officials listen to you because they want to keep their jobs and they need to know what's important. If they don't hear from you, then they won't know what is important. And then when these votes come up, they won't know how to vote. So your voice matters. You need to tell them what's important. And funding childhood cancer research is super important. Childhood cancer is the #1 disease killer of kids in America. And so therefore, we really need to make that not true anymore. And the only way that's going to happen is through research.
So we really shouldn't be waiting for the cuts to happen. We really should be getting active now.
Correct. Mm-hmm. And we have a great letter on our website. Again, I will get you that link and people can fill that out and let their members hear from them that how important this funding is. There's also a couple of key pieces of legislation that are up right now that are going to be before getting voted on in the House and the Senate, and we want those to pass and then be passed to the president for him to sign them into law. So there's a lot of things going on, and it's an exciting time. It's a little, wonky because of all the cuts, but then, I think we just have to rise above it and then be willing to do what we can and to use our voices, which is so important.
All right, so we're going to encourage people to get involved even now. We'll not wait for these cuts to take place. And as you've been saying all morning long, hopefully the cuts won't take place and you guys won't be affected by that or making you have to step your game up even more. And again, we'll be here to help you out as much as possible. Thanks for joining us this morning. Really appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Take care.
All right.